Hello everybody! In Standard today, we are playing a bunch of super monsters in a Gruul scary monster list. So I ran across a deck while playing on ladder that was playing the Gruul colors and was playing Kogla and Yidaro. I've always wanted to play with this card, but I just couldn't form a deck around it that I really liked. So with the very limited information that I had after playing against the deck, I was able to craft this deck. So the point of the deck is to get our big scary creatures out as fast as we can. Those creatures are going to be Kogla and Yidaro, Titan of Industry, Greater Tanuki, Vorinclex, Defiler of Vigor, and Etali. These cards, if played early, like on turn 4, which is what happened to me, are pretty much just game winners. So to get them out onto the field quick, we're going to have an Armored Scrapgorger, Invasion of Zendikar, and Awaken the Woods. These will allow us to find mana quickly and get our creatures out quick. We're also using fight rigging to get them out quick, as well as using Halana and Alena to power up our creatures and utilize fight rigging to get those creatures out super quick. So let's try this deck that destroyed me on the ladder, and make sure to stick around at the end of the games in this video where we are going to discuss this deck and how it performed overall. Sweet, so we're going first. In this one, we are playing some Gruul Scary Monsters deck. So we're going to get this evolving adaptive out onto the field right away, and we're going to be getting this fight rigging going. So evolving, adaptive, coming in. Let's see what else we can draw. Boseiju is really nice. Boseiju is going to make sure that I have something to play with the fight rigging. I'm not exactly sure what I want to call with the secluded courtyards yet. Maybe Phyrexian, but that's the hard part. Defiler of Vigor, yeah, probably going to be calling the Phyrexian. So we'll get fight rigging out. We could go Vorinclex, or we could go Titan of Industry. I think I might go Titan of Industry. We'll put it on the evolving adaptive, and we will attack all in. Opponent's down to 16, 4 away pretty quickly. Brotherhood's End. That's gonna happen sometimes. That's just what it is. So we'll go with the Plaza of Heroes, and I think we're gonna cast this for the 2. So we'll get the 2 Dryads out, and we'll give that a 2. Defiler of Vigor is going to come down on this next turn. So as long as Defiler of Vigor stays alive, Titan of Industry will be staying alive as well. Yeah, so we're going to be calling Phyrexian, so let's call Phyrexian. Defiler of Vigor comes down. Put that on. We will play the Titan of Industry. Boom. Shield counter on you. And our board is huge. Our board is huge, and we are presenting lethal. What is the opponent going to do now? We're presenting lethal. We're turn 5. They're at 16 life. They've swept our board twice. Oh, and that's a win. That's a win. Oh man, we love going quick. Oh, I love Killing them quick. Titan of Industry out on turn 5. Oh man, lethal on turn 5 with just big old massive creatures after getting swept, board swept twice. Ah man, we love it. Man, I feel like this hand could have been so much better if we just had green in it. Oh, that's not terrible. That's not terrible. I think we have to come up with the idea of probably just gonna have to drop the. So we play Vorinclex, we play the adaptive. We got armed scored. Yeah, we're just short. We're just short. So we'll drop that. We'll go Boseiju and adaptive comes down. Love this. Love the opponent's name. Hurry, son. It's so fun. Wish I was as creative as other people. My name is just based off of something I created when I was in high school. So nothing too special. We'll get Halana and Alena down pretty dang quickly. We'll give that to the adaptive, and the adaptive will attack in for 5. Adaptive coming in for 5 on turn 3. Oh, that's pretty dang good. Gravelighter. Each player sacrifices a creature. Well, I think I'll just get rid of the Scrapgorger, I guess. Yeah, well. Okay, then. We'll go Forest, and then we will go there, and I'm going to attack all in. Let's just absolutely just pressure them. Just absolute pressure. Down to 5. And the turn they make us sacrifice something, I'm going to be sacrificing the Halana and Alena. 2 cards. Sure. You can get rid of both of my mana. That's whatever. And then, yeah, I would love it if you attacked. I would love it if you attacked. Resolve, I guess. Yeah. Our turn. Titan of Industry. Ah, that would have been so nice. Yeah, that goes on the adaptive, and we're gonna attack all in. And first strike goes in, and we win again on turn 5. Win again on turn 5. It's too fast. It's just too fast. We didn't basically draw anything. We're just too fast. We are too fast. We're going to be going first. I am actually going to keep this. We've got nothing to play on turn 1. So we'll throw down the Riveteers. Then we'll get the Scrapgorger, and then we'll go Zendikar, and then we're just playing after that. It'll be great. This is going to be great. Yeah, so we'll go the Riveteers, and we will go grab a Forest. Grab the Forest there. Basically, most of our stuff here has 2 Forest pips, so we do have a couple things that have the 2 red, but we can make it work with a Secluded Courtyard if we really needed to. We've got a Dinosaur and then Dinosaur, so we can make it work. Our 2 creatures that have the 2 red pips, they're both dinosaurs, so we can make the Secluded Courtyard work with that. So yeah, so we'll go Scrapgorger. And then the Zendikar should be able to get us a red too. So not too bad. So Scrapgorger, we'll get Zendikar next turn. Vorinclex, Titan of Industries ready to go. Hajar. Hajar. So we'll go Zendikar. And we will go grab a mountain and a forest. Get those out onto the field. And we are cooking with gas. We are cooking. We are cooking. We're getting Vorinclex out onto the field next. Opponent may have DC'd. That'd be really unfortunate. That's going to be really unfortunate if they did. Really unfortunate. Oh my word, we can go Titan of Industry right away. Haha, we could have gone Titan of Industry. Oh my word, we could have gone Titan of Industry. That's nuts. That is nuts. Unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that the opponent just gave up as quickly as it did. They probably didn't get a mana that they were looking for. I completely forgot about the Scrapgorger could get the Titan of Industry out on the field because we already had the 6. So, man, we would have been going crazy. Would have been going crazy. And welcome back, everybody. After those quick and fast games, we absolutely love it. This is Gruul, so you expect Gruul is one of those that is expected to be fast, but because we have so many big creatures, this isn't necessarily one of those decks that you would think is going to be playing fast. But we were able to do it, and we were able to just really dominate and get a lot of our creatures out onto the field really quickly and just end games fast. That was fast. I wasn't expecting them to be that fast. Man, I wish that I had written down the person's name that created this deck that I then tried to recreate in my own way, because I just feel like I should be giving them some of the credit for this, because this deck is definitely very strong. It's a certified keep. I think that there are some ways that we can make this a little bit better as well, because obviously any deck can be made better, and this is one of those where I'm taking a guess at what somebody else had. But we were still able to have really quick and fast games. So I think that this works out really well. So let's talk about what's in the deck and why it's here. So we've got Evolving Adaptive. It's a really good card for 1-drop, especially since we're going to be playing a bunch of creatures that are really strong and powerful, and they're just going to keep getting strong and powerful. So Evolving Adaptive can get really big, as we saw in one of those games where we had Halana and Alena boosting it up too. So like, it's going to get big, and it's going to be really difficult for an opponent to take down. So we've got the Armored Scrapgorger, like we said at the beginning. This is used for mana. We can also grab things out of the graveyard when we tap it, so that works really nice. Return to Nature is one of those where it's one of those enchantment decks, protectors, as well as I've had a very big increase in the Urbrask Forge, and I just haven't been grabbing things that destroy artifacts, so that I just get absolutely run over by the Forge. So wanted to make sure I had some of that in there. We also can exile cards from a graveyard as well, just like the Scrapgorger can. So those are nice. We've got Hajar, Loyal Bodyguard. So this is a 2-mana 3/3 that can also protect our legendary creatures. That's pretty dang strong. I will take Hajar any day with this deck, all day. Awaken the Woods is one of those mana rampers that we have. We can play Awaken the Woods whenever. We can also use it to just win games later on in the game when we have tons of mana and we just pick it up. We can have a ton of 1/1s on the field and just overwhelm an opponent. Fight Rigging is obviously what we talked about before. Get the big creatures out there cheaply, because we got a lot of things that have 6 mana already that can be boosted up pretty quickly. Invasion of Zendikar, like we said, that is a mana ramper, so not need to talk much about that. Halana and Alena, the partners there. This is just a good card. It's one of those I think is a staple when it comes to playing big creatures and you're in the red and green colors, because things just get bigger. Fight Rigging can also give Halana and Alena more power, so it just gives more +1/+1 counters. on our things and just makes things really difficult. We got a lot of tramplers, so just making things big, that's a win-win. Big time. Defiler of Vigor. This is a 6/6 trampler. This is a winning card, especially for green. We get this out on the field, and we can use Phyrexian mana for anything that's green. It also gets a +1/+1 every time we cast something that's got green in it, which is basically the whole deck except for the Etali. So Defiler of Vigor is getting big. Vorinclex is really nice. It's a 6/6 trample reacher. So basically the same thing as Defiler of Vigor, except it has reach, and we can get 2 forest cards, and it can turn into the Grand Evolution. Obviously, Vorinclex has got to be in here. It's one of those danger cards for an opponent. So we've got a Greater Tanuki. This is one of those cards that I grabbed from the person that made the deck before. They played the Greater Tanuki. It's one of those where it's a 6/5 for 6 mana, which is not necessarily up to par with our 5 mana drops. But what makes it a thing in this deck is that we're able to search for basic lands, which is something that's really important for us to be able to do. Since we're playing so many big creatures, we want to be able to, if we need to, we can go grab more mana. It's never a bad thing. Plus it's big, it tramples, so that's nice. This is obviously a card that I absolutely love, Kogla and Yidaro. I've wanted to play with this card a lot. We didn't get to showcase it as much in the games that we had today, but when it enters the battlefield, it can gain trample and haste. That's win. That could be a win right away, especially if we get it in with a fight rigging and we get it on turn 4 or turn 5. That's winning. That's winning. Plus, if we have it in our hand, we can discard it and we can destroy artifacts or enchantments. Yeah, and then it goes right back into our library. And then we draw a card. Why not? That sounds great. Why not do that? Then we've got a Etali, Primal Conqueror. It's a big creature. It's a monster. It's a dinosaur. Why not have it? It gets trample. It's a 7/7 for 7 mana. Plus we get to exile each player's deck, so then we can cast any number of spells from among them without paying their mana cost. Why not? And then we have so much ramp, we can get to 10 pretty quickly, and we can transform it, and it becomes indestructible. Win. Why not? Titan of Industry. Just love this card. It has so many things it can do. It's reach, trample for 7/7. When it enters the battlefield, we get to choose 2 things among 4. That's so good. It's so good. Why not have it out there? Especially if we're getting a Titan of Industry on turn 4 or turn 5. That's so tough for an opponent. Just like we had in that first game. It's so tough for an opponent. Why not win? So that is the deck. For those of you that have made it to the end of this video, I sincerely appreciate the fact that you have stuck around this long. I really appreciate that you have stuck around. Thank you so much for watching. If you want to continue to watch some more of the content, I've got a video here on the left of the screen, and I have got a playlist of all the decks that I have created in the current standard form that we have. Give those a look if you want. But until next time.
I went for the head.